Hello. Welcome back to another live session from Forex Trading User Academy for the next session here. And rising annual session, we can see the market is preparing for potentially bigger move coming here in the market, and we are looking at, yes, the stream is on. Can you hear me? Sometimes there is a technical issue, but I guess it's on. Cool. Welcome back to another trading session. And I guess all is well here. We are beginning this session for trading gold, and also we will be looking at current movement on DXY. If you look at that on DXY, showing possible downtrending move after this significant gap open, the market has rejected back below with also USD JPY. I'm also looking for entry on USD JPY whenever it appears to come here on the higher and lower time frames. So looking at here on XAUUSD and USD JPY, if you look at here, this market is currently on a I'm looking at gold, and you will be looking at both technical as well as the fundamental analysis to see the overall direction in the market and overall trend in the market. So this is the daily chart. Now you can see that the market has gone up to the daily resistance, and also the market has gone down to this daily support, which is showing that the market here, from the bigger picture perspective on XAUUSD, after this previous daily close, the market has created this daily candlestick pattern on Friday, which has a long wick on both direction, and today the market has tested the both sides of this daily price action. And from the technically, we can see the market is eventually potentially preparing for another wave of move, and we are looking at entry in this NY session for this move coming here in the market. So I'm taking this middle line away so that we can have a zone that we can look at for entry. That means that upper zone as well as the lower shadow of this move here in that area. So this is where we are looking at this market structure. If you look at that here, is this a sign of indecisiveness of the market? Is there a sign of indecisiveness of the market? Yes, this is currently in an indecisiveness. So let me tell you how the market face move. So there the market has two phases. All right, one is accumulation and then distribution, right? So in the phase of the accumulation, if you look at the market is, let's say, trending, and trending market trend happens only in specific time. So if you look at that, usually the market trend only 30% of the time, right? If you look at that, the market trend 30% of the time, 70% of the time the market goes sideways. So if you look at here, I'm looking at the daily. Now you can see that this is the daily move that happened during the war, and the market has created this significant move, followed by, we can see that there was a bounce. Now with this bounce, the market now I would like to now focus on this zone here. Okay, so you see that this is a downtrend, but also there is slight sideways movement. Usually this happens in a time of indecisiveness. Okay, indecisiveness means that, for example, when a trader opening the position, the traders first thing thinks that is this market is going to go up or is this market is going to go down. Okay, and some factors confluences such as technical, the trend that you look at. Okay, this is a trending market, we are looking at sell. The other factors confluence, the other influence or confluence that traders use are the fundamental, right? And then there is a sentiment. So if you look at that sentiment part, that means that when the market is like what the trader's sentiment at the moment, right? And those sentiment comes from the place of, if you look at that, especially the sentiment comes from, I have already shown in our previous session as well. This session also will be looking at that there is a way to do the sentiment analysis based on the breaking news. And if you want to know the sentiment analysis, now I'm going to show you how to do that. This is probably you have heard first time that how to do the sentiment analysis, but that will give you a clear understanding of how to do that. For those who are in the premium group, you can go back to your the top of the group. There are pinned videos where you can learn, where you can look at. This is simple one way to do that sentiment analysis that will change the way you look at the market. Now what I'm showing you now, the sentiment analysis, it's the simplest way. If you are a complete beginner as a trader, you never traded, you still can do that. And that will give you a big edge in the market. First of all, guys, make sure you like this stream. Did you do that? Let me show you now how to do the sentiment analysis. I'm trading for years of time and I have a clear understanding of how the psychology works. If you can understand the emotion behind each trading decision that coming, you are well advanced in your trading, right? Trading is not hard as long as you know the foundational education of trading. So let's go to that part of looking at the sentiment. Now, keep in mind that in the market, there are two kinds of sentiment. One is risk on, that means traders are more taking risk. The other one is risk off. Okay. In the currency, metal, oil, also only two kinds of instrument that the market really holds. One are risky asset or the instrument. The other one is safe haven. Okay, the name is so fancy, safe haven. Okay, so the safe havens are those that are not risky, right? So usually traders switch from riskier to the safe haven to the riskier. Now you can apply very general knowledge in what situation traders will be trading or relying on a safe haven when there is a risk out there. Okay, so that's how we can easily understand that which one to trade and what the market is going to do. Now you need to know what are safe havens, what currencies or instrument are considered the safe havens, right? If you look at that, for example, gold, JPY, DXY, that means dollar index. Mainly these are considered as safe haven, these three instruments. There are some more, but mostly these are so far. But among them, gold is considered to be the most safe haven. Among the safe haven also there are more. Why? Because you can't print gold other than anything else. And then coming DXY and then JPY. Now, so whenever there is uncertainty, that means that in terms of economy, geopolitics, or even with natural disaster, anything that causes uncertainty, indecisiveness, usually safe haven become high in demand. That's how we can easily understand that on how to trade those instruments. So therefore, this is how we can do the sentiment analysis. I guess it's understandable. Now, if you look at our previous trade that you have opened, okay, I'd like to look at also the previous trade here. Still is those lines. Too many sketches might cause. All right, so here if you look at that now from that point of view, if we look at that now on gold, is what we are looking at in this market is for finding a trade which is in the direction of the major trend and also in the direction of the sentiment. So you can see that earlier today we had, during our London session trade, we have opened sell on gold and we have successfully sold gold and we took the profit. I think we bought it. Yeah, we bought it and we have successfully take the profit. Now the market has shown the similar kind of price action pattern. However, we see that off this level we open that buy, the market has moved up. Now you can see that since that the price action is now trying to break below, and I would like to look at now from the fresh perspective as the market sentiment changes. The market sentiment also is like a fluid. It changes, right? It changes over time. If you look at that, what happened during the London session may not be relevant during the NY session. What happened during the NY session may not be relevant during the London session, because every moment there is a breaking news, there is a change in sentiment. Now, what kind of breaking news you will be using? Anything that has an uncertainty will bring the safe haven or the safer currency to be more demandable. Now here, if you look at, this is 1 hour price action, right? And that 1 hour price action, what do you see here, guys? Understanding technical will give you also added advantage, because technical is a reflection of what other traders are doing on the other side. This is how you can understand. Okay, imagine that you are, you know, inside your bedroom, looking through the window, everything is closed tight, airtight, but you see that far away there's a tree, the leaves are moving, right? In the tree, the leaves are going right and left, but you don't see anything. Why the tree, the leaves are moving? Because there is a wind are flowing, right? You can't see the wind, but from the movement of the tree you can understand that there is wind is blowing or flowing anyway. Is the same thing or little different. So similarly, from the price action you can see the orders flow, right? There is an order flow in the market. There's a buying and selling happening on the other side. You can't see anything of them, but you can see how the price action or the candlestick pattern is forming. Will tell you what is happening, what the buyers and sellers are doing on the other side, and then you can take the winning side. All right, as a trader you always need to choose the winning side, though you can't be always, but when you open a trade, why should you take a losing trade, right? That's how it is simply way. So therefore, if we look at in this segment here, okay, now what do you see here in that area? This is a big red bear candle, also another red bear candle. Now it is forming another red bear candle. So in this zone, you know, trading is, that's why I consider it as like a sports rather than a business, more of skill rather than investment. And that's why to be a trader you don't need anything other than a right mindset. It's only possible in trading, because you know, if you want to be a very excellent soccer player, then you don't need anything. Even you don't need a soccer ball, right? Because when you are a good excellent player, you will be hired by the clubs and anyone. Similarly in trading, in the same way, once you are a good trader you need nothing, just the skill set that you need to sharpen. And that's why guys, I tell you guys that watch every single day, every lessons, develop that skill set. Most traders fail because they just want to make money from day one, but focus on education, focus on learning, developing the mindset and skill set. That's all you need to be successful as a trader. So now that's why look at this zone here. So if you look at, what do you see? Anyone can understand it. Look at the green candles, they are smaller. Look at those red candlestick pattern, they are larger and bigger. That means the sellers are stronger than the buyers. So therefore it is likely to be that the seller is going to be dominant in this segment. However, we have more zone here, which is that green, and also you have more zone here, which is the red. So we'll be looking at the bigger picture and also the smaller picture perspective to see that where the market is heading. So in this area here, if you look at, this is the 1 hour price action where the market is, this is a large 1 hour candlestick pattern. All right, and in that in this area here, that I will be remaining downside. That means that bearish, because so far the market structure showing that this is a bear market. And these are the levels that I am looking at in that area here. If you see that there is a drop, now it's moving up for another pullback to the upside here in this area. So there is a move, entire break below, again another break down here. So this kind of market structure form before a trending move. Why? Because you can see that there is a break of trend line few times. Okay, now with this break of trend line, and there's a break of trend line, has broken back to the upside, and now it's trying to break below. So pullback to the upside can create a potential selling opportunity here. Do you think so? I'd like to start a poll. Share your opinion on this. We had our previous trade successfully close. Have you had that one here as well? What is your bias on gold today? I'm sharing a poll. So let's say that what you guys, most of them are thinking here. So you can see that I've shared with you that here, what is your bias on gold today? Cool. Here is the move from this high here, created that zone, and I'll be more interested on this is the 1 hour. There you can see we're still looking forward to see the market is getting that downward pressure here. And you can see that there is a big break below. So therefore, from the lower time frame price section here, we are looking at this market from this support level here to have an upside bounce that can create a selling pressure. It may even can drop off this level here. Okay, so it still can drop even off this level. So therefore, this is a liquidity zone, which is the previous consolidation area. And off that consolidation, the market may break further lower here to create a new lower low. Are you ready for another trade here? I'm just raising the volume, not on the market, but in the music. And then we will be looking at possible entry here. I'm on the sell side yet. Are you on buy or sell side today? Let us know in the live chat. I'm waiting to see a great feedback from most of the members. Cool. And if you look at here, this is the another breakup trend line, and the market is trying to break that low of this level. Thank you. Is there head and shoulder pattern on inverse head and shoulder pattern in the 5-minute chart? There is head and shoulder on the 5 minutes. Yeah, there isn't any inverse head and shoulder in this area, but there is head and shoulder. So you can see that this is the head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder. So this is where the trending direction, and that's why the price action here that you can see from the 1 hour, if you look at, that is showing that the chances for this market to melt down here is higher. With the 4 hour here as well, you can see the market is rejecting off that level. So yeah, so the downward pressure, the downside momentum is higher. And on the lower time frame, that you can see the market structure is creating that potential bearish trend, and we might see that continuation. So I'm waiting to see that like this, to have a break of any of this key zone here. So there is a, if you look at here, is also this is a channel, and also there is a head and shoulder, and the market is here, that coming to penetrate back below of this resistance line, and that is where the market structure, if you look at that 15 minutes price action as well, closing as a long wick doji, which is showing up that the market structure to remain bearish. Buy. I wouldn't buy. Anyone thinking of buy. The market may go for deeper pullback, but I wouldn't be a buyer here at the moment. You know, like it's falling market. Also, there's a 1 hour candle close coming. Anyone thinking of buying? Though it's on a support, but if you look at this 1 hour candle, this is a pretty large red candle that you can see has formed. And after this, such a big candlestick pattern formation, no, I don't take anything, but it is look like order block. Okay, so here that, you know, I would still consider that it might, you see there is an imbalance here, and off this level that I would like to draw this, you see there is an order block here. I think someone has said that there is an order block. The order block is here, and there is a massive gap of this order block, and this is a fair value gap, right? Usually the market breaks this fair value gap and then cross the order block before it bounce back up. So if you look at today's low, that you can see the market has come back here. So Asian sessions low, as you can see, it is forming a head and shoulder. The market may continue to trend back to break that daily low. So therefore we are looking forward to take that trend back here down. All right, so let's see, from this zone there is a chance for a pullback, and that's where we will be entering the trade. I'm waiting for the market to so you can see there is a 1 hour close, and with this 1 hour close the market has created an upside bias that you can see. And okay, so once the price action goes up to fill that zone, as long as it's going up, I'm not in anything, because this market, from the technical aspect, that I will be looking for sell. However, if the market goes up, this might create for us a selling opportunity. If it is going up, I'm not trading until we see it has crossed any of this high liquidity zone. Now we saw that this is our technical analysis. Let's look at the sentiment currently at the moment where the market is, and also I'll be looking at the calendar. So looking at here, this week is a pretty important week in terms of also tomorrow coming up BOJ policy rate. So JPY, USD JPY also will be looking at for entry, and also Wednesday coming up AUD CPI. So that will be pretty volatile for gold, and currency correlation is important, right? You can see here the market is breaking that low. So I'm looking for potentially finding an entry. Get in the trade, guys. So you can see that the market, when the market keep dropping, sometimes I find it, not sometimes, most traders find it difficult to enter, because we don't want to enter a trade that has already moved a lot. We want to enter a trade that has gone for liquidity sweep. For example, this is now head and shoulder, and this is a trend line in this channel here. You want to see the market has overextended. That means in this falling market, the market has overbought on the lower time frame for us to be able to look for the entry. Patience is key, as we discussed, and I'm looking at from that point of view. In the meantime, looking at the calendar, so we are looking at AUD and also CAD. Now, for those who are beginner in trading or probably daily flip, okay. No, I didn't take any. Okay. Now, do you know the currency correlation? So, XAUUSD is highly related to, if you look at WTI also. When oil is bullish, you can see that oil shows bullish momentum and gold is showing bearish, because there's energy and metal. They're mostly trade in opposite direction. In addition, if you look at that also, AUD, right? AUD and XAUUSD almost trade in the same direction. WTI and CAD, dollar CAD, they also create a similar kind of trending direction. So keep that in mind. So now, as metal is volatile, we are looking at here for this market to eventually bounce up here, crossing that zone. The market has broken back below from this high here. So few smaller narrow candlestick pattern formation here in this area, and we are looking at in this area for a pullback, and any time we might be able to enter the trade. This is what I'm looking at for that entry. having some music. Entering into a trade is really needs very clear decision making. Do you think it will go to 4650? Still possible because the bias here is in the downside. The price has tested the upper shadow. It can drop even a lot. If you see the weekly support broken and the monthly, once the price come back to, let's say 46 below this monthly open, so this is the monthly open, it may just slide down back below to the monthly low before it bounce back up, because we are almost end of the month and you can see this month was comparatively narrow volatility. So that means that at the end of the month there is another wave of retest possible before it bounce back up before the monthly close. So therefore the bias here is down, and it's not unusual to see because it has created, you see this 4-hour green move. This 4-hour green move was a liquidity grab. That means there is a stronger liquidity grab. The market has reacted back below of that liquidity grab. So the chances for this market to remain downside here, and that's where that I will be looking to see the market to remain bearish. You can see the 5 minutes price action. It's closing with a rejection of this low. So this price action now we can see can create selling pressure. I'm waiting for an entry. It gets ready. So this is a previous swing high here that you can see of this level, and I'm getting ready for an entry, and I will keep my stop loss above this previous 15 minutes candles high. As the market has shown significant downside momentum, I'll be targeting to this to this order block here, and I'm opening sell of this level here. Now this is the second trade. We have successfully closed the previous one that I'm looking at here for a sell trade. Traders, hope that you guys with me. Make sure you do the risk management, which is very important to look at. And I'm sharing the same trade as usual on the premium group, all the trade that I share. Lot sizing is very important, so I have open sell. The market has gone up for, so my entry, probably you guys have got a bit of upper entry here. So if you got an upper entry, which is good for the market to give us that bit of room, and we can move the stop loss if needed. Stop loss here, the entry price for me at 4696.15. If you look at here, the market is going here above this swing high, and I will be keeping here because we entered, I think you guys have got entered well above because it's after me. I will be keeping my stop loss at 100 pips, so little upper here. So 4705.89, and you can see the market is trying to reject off that level. So you have opened the sell, and I'll keep my stop loss here at 4705.89. So you want open sell here on gold and looking forward to see the market to trend. And as you can see that this is in a downtrend, and the chances for the market to remain here bearish is higher, as just the market tested the 10 EMA and getting the rejection here back below. However, it is possible for the market to go up for deeper liquidity sweep. If it does, then I will be looking at, you can see there is a doji, 15 minutes doji, and my stop loss above the 15 minutes doji. Usually if this is a falling market strongly trending, we should be able to see that move continue. However, if it goes up to hit our stop loss, we will be re-entering again from that zone, keeping stop loss above this high as a second entry. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Thank you very much. All right. So we're looking at here. Okay, getting rejection, as you can see, the price action showing up to be potentially bearish here, and that might bring the price further lower. Looking forward to see the market to trend and continue to trend back. This is the 15 minutes price action as well, that's showing up the price action to remain here bearish. So I'm running on little profit here on this trade. You guys look at it, we had also a previous trade during the London session live. We've successfully closed that one as well. This is the 15 minutes price action, has closed with a pretty long bearish candlestick pattern. It might go up for another some pullback zone here, and here is my entry, very open. Let's see that where it is going to be heading, and in the meantime, any breaking news, so that might influence the market here. Okay, there are a couple of smoke that you can see. Iran set to open a Strait of Hormuz without nuclear deal. So Iran wants to open a Strait of Hormuz without nuclear deal. Okay, there's another one. Trump to hold national security meetings on Iran's stalemate with top advisors, CNN citing two sources familiar with the matter. All right, so there is a bounce of this after the candle close on the 15 minutes, and I'm really surprised with this move, but let's see that where it is heading. And if it is going up, that's fine. We'll be re-entering again. We had our previous trade also in the same way. Here we have only 98 pips stop loss. And in the meantime, we see there are some market moving news. Trump to hold national security meeting on Ian Stallmeyer with top advisors. So there are potentially some decision coming of that, as there is a, I think there is a logged of the some of the things that happened, and so Iran doesn't want to do a nuclear deal, so they want to open the Strait of Hormuz to open without nuclear deal. So, and then there is some other news. So basically there is an indecision, and that is, if you look at that, the market is also confused. We can see that there is a 1 hour bearish drop followed by now pullback. I'm still holding on this pullback. There's any time you could see that rejection of that level. Okay, so you see there is a narrow pullback. All right, cool. Thank you very much. So with a long wick candlestick pattern that you can see of that zone here, the market may create this downside movement here, which is might be creating. Are you selling? Not yet. We already on a trade, not new trade. So we are already on a trade. I'm running halfway drawdown, but I'm running in. Cool. Here is, if you look at that trend, there's a 4704 level is a key resistance area, and see that where it is heading. So the 1 hour price action, this is a on the 4 hour as well. The price has reached that intraday resistances, the 4 hour resistance, which is in a key area, and that is where looking at 5 minutes here as well, the market may see the price slowly building its momentum, and I would say that the market may continue to trend back here in that area. So you see some downside movement. Here is a sideways movement that you can see in this area. It's a narrow consolidation that expecting the market to build its momentum back below to this support area here. Cool. We can see some this week is a pretty big week that I'm looking at here in that area. We'll be looking at for more. What is the TP level? Here set at 4683.69. That's my TP level at the moment. You'll see that how far it goes. But at the moment setting at this level. And what I think that if this market successfully breaks below, okay, we could see that coming even lower. So you want to see a successful breakup trend here. A successful breakup trend is very important to look at. Thanks for confirming. Okay, so here is the market is trying to break that low. Okay, it's coming back below here in the direction of the trend. And there is a liquidity sweep here. So expecting it to continue to trend back in the direction of the trend. I guess you guys are ready here to take this one as well. We had our earlier one successfully closed. So TP level here at 4683.69. See how far it goes. So we will be able to, manage the trade accordingly if needed. You don't have to always stick to the, that every level. Depending on the market condition, we are always open to manage the trade, and that's how trading is fun. Like if you become a good trader, if you become a successful trader, then it's fun because the only thing that you need is to manage the trade. The hardest part here is to become good at managing the emotion before you manage the trade. And managing emotion is, in the beginning, it's hard, but once you are good at it, you can become a very good trader. So what is the successful strategy that you can apply to manage emotion? Got any idea? You know, the experience is the best teacher of all, right? Similarly, to manage emotion in trading, experience is the best teacher of all. Keep yourself trading and you're gonna be good at it. Isn't narrow few smaller candlestick pattern in this area that could bring that market lower? So with if you look at here, this is another here quite a few long week price action that you can see, and also here is the 15 minutes price action that we are seeing here. Okay, so it's trying to break that low here that you can see, and the market trend is down. So I'm looking at here for this downtrending market stock. You can see there is a bearish engulfer. The price is coming down here, and we want to take this move. If the market successfully break below, we'll be able to see that the price has entirely broken back below to this support area. Got a rejection here. That's creating few long week price action here in that area. Okay, so with this long wick here, with another long wick candlestick pattern, then looking forward to see the market now to break below. Now I'm still holding on to that because quite a few times the price going up and down, there is a multiple time liquidity gap is in fact creating a stronger bearish momentum here in that area, and that might bring that price back below to this key support. And I'm looking forward to take this trade as well, guys. We are running a little profit here depending on where you are entry. I'm near entry. It is just going up and down, but once the successfully breaks below, as the market has created many false breakout, that we could see this price action to straight drop down back below to our profit zone. Do you think so? If it successfully drop here, we are looking at to take 150 pip or more. Hopefully this 4683.69. This is the second trade of today. The first one also I have shared in the premium group. Premium group entry currently limited, but whenever it will be appearing, you guys can see in this live session. So don't miss out any live session. Whenever premium group entry opens, you guys can join there, can enjoy and can change the way you look at the market. Right? Trading here is different. You guys can see that every single day I'm trading on live, and most of the trade that you open here in this session, in this live session, that with the real strategy and with the real trade. So this is the previous our London session trade, and now this is NY session trade, and we can see that here the market has created significant liquidity gap here. You can see there is a zone here. The market has created that momentum. Looking forward to see the price action to drop down back below in this support area here. Wanna see that it's melting back below to this support. That's a key zone here. All right, it's coming back down here in that area. So you wanna see that continuation. If you are enjoying this live session, make sure you like this stream. I see the likes is 1/5 of the view, so which is make it to the almost similar as the view. And this is a 2-second pause, so smash the like button as YouTube algorithm likes it. And you guys can support the channel by doing so, because I'm learning so much from you live stream. Thank you very much. Yes, this is learning session. As I mentioned, you can win a trade and you can lose a trade. Doesn't make a big difference, right? The difference is knowledge. Knowledge is power. All right. So I have read some stories. So now it's modern time, right? There was a time when if you look at that in 1,000 years ago or earlier, people value knowledge more than any other asset, any other position. Why? Because that time, sometimes people used to, move from one place to the other due to the many other adverse condition, hostile condition. Sometimes, that cultural hostility or many other hostility, they had to travel from one place to the other, go from one country to the other always. And the only thing they could take with themselves is the knowledge. Right? You can't take anything else other than. So those who are curious about knowledge, they survive longer. They remain longer. So make sure you focus on learning and growing, not only knowledge as a trading. Overall, what you're learning here will be helpful every aspect of your life. Why? Because our brain reflects everything in the same way. Believe it or not. What do I mean by this? A man who is a marathon runner could be doing good at trading, or vice versa. A good trader can be a good marathon runner. That's how it works, because there's a muscle memory in the brain, neuroconnection. That muscle memory, it works in the same reflection every aspect of the life. So when you are watching the live session for long period of time, could be helpful for your babysitting because they're related, because you're spending a lot of your brain power to keep yourself focused on a task, probably, maybe not very enjoyable, or maybe enjoyable. Trading is very emotionally stronger, but that can help you in other areas, because you are rewiring your brain to stay in the present moment, right? Even in a difficult time. And then it can help you in other aspect. So it's nothing to abandon here. Everything is helpful. Okay, it's coming down here. There you can see off this level. And 50 pip for what you're looking for. Currently we are running nearly to 80 pip. On a fair value gap, and I would say this is an important zone. The market might break that low here. If successfully break, we will be able to take the full TP hit. Patiently waiting for this another drop back below in that support area. No, I'm not re-entering. We are running this trade. We haven't closed it. The trade is on. I haven't closed it. Anyone has closed? I'm waiting for the downside here. The trend is still down. So I'm still running in. Are you guys running in? We have reached good amount of profit, but I'm not taking it because I want to take it to the further lower. There's a fair value gap. If successfully the market close too early, that happens. But we also sometimes close early, but I'm still holding on to that. There is a risk also if you look at that. If you close early, probably got early profit, but I'm not doing anything, neither moving the stop loss at entry. You can see there is a weak fill, and that might bring that price back below. They're looking forward to see the market to come further down. Okay, so if successfully get the rejection back below here, it might be a significant move. Okay, I see some kind of rejection of this level. So back to back few smaller doji candlestick pattern that we can see, and looking forward to see this market to continue to drop if it successfully breaks below, as there is a, we have seen an initial drop, pullback, another wave of drop can bring significant amount of liquidity here in that area. Alrighty, we're looking to see that breaking below here. Alrighty, so let's see that where it is heading. Come on. It's getting harder to break that low. Are you guys running? Can you say yes if you're running this trade in the live chat? And been a little surprised to see still not breaking below. And this is where there was a multiple times the price has broken that high, has created that significant imbalance. Getting rejection of this, if you look at this is a consolidation, that consolidation is important to look at the market to now. Of this consolidation, the market has broken out. We'll see the successful break below can create a strong selling pressure here. gonna be funny if the market bounces off this level here. Alrighty, so you see another long bearish engulfer potentially being formed. Cool. This is bearish engulfer. Now, if successfully this candle breaking below the price, if market successfully breaking low, we are almost nearing to the TP target, but I will move the stop loss here just to make sure secure some peep here already. Okay, getting that reaction back off this level. Cool. And I'm bringing my stop loss here now at this level, 4696. Though we might see potential down move to break that low and to hit the TP target, but I'll bring my stop loss at 4696. So I move my stop loss to the at 4696. If the market goes up, that's fine. I will be out there because I don't want to run if the market goes up here. But I think the chances for the price action to continue to trend down is higher. As you can see, there is selling pressure in this market. You still can keep your stop loss in your place. It's up to you. I move the stop loss at this level is to make sure that if this trade goes up, we will not be running anymore. At this level, we will be taking the profit. still on. It's an unusual move, but I'm still on the trade. Cool. It's breaking the low. Come on. Good job. Running in. Now, the 5 minutes candlestick pattern that you can see, another one is closing, which potentially to close as a here we might see liquidity grab, guys, depending on if you want to take profit, but I'm not taking because there is create a false breakout here. Interesting. Okay. Got a rejection of this level. Okay, cool. Now, if it goes up for another false breakout, that's gonna be unusual, but I'm still here that looking to see the market trend to continue in the major directional flow. Look good, looks good, and in case I'm out, that I will be out with the probably near to break even, but you can re-enter anytime. Still on it. Okay, so I'm out with the running profit, and the market has make its move up back here. Now we can re-enter again. Let's see that if we will be re-entering again. This is something that we can look at for further entry, or we will be letting it go for another one to come. Market jumped up, and this is a fair value gap, and that's why I just got out with this trade, because the market may try to go for this. This is the 4-hour candle close that you can see. Can re-enter again. Let me see if we will be re-entering. This is downtrending market structure. I'm going to sell this market again of the same at this level, at this price. It's gonna be a sell position of this level, and we'll be keeping here very tight stop loss nearly to 60 to 70 pip, and we'll be targeting to the same level that we have set before. This is the second trade that I'm opening, and this is gonna be much convenient than the previous one. So I'm on the second trade again, sell trade. You guys with me? So I have opened another short on gold, and that's what you can see from the intraday. In this area, the market structure is bearish, and if you look at here, this is a high area of value, and here I'm looking at this trade to come back to around 140 pip. If the market successfully drop down back below, you will be looking at that move. So if you look at here, this is the 15 minutes chart that you can see the market trend is down. From the 5 minutes as well, the price action is showing up to be bearish, so therefore looking forward to see the market to drop down here. I would like to see how many of you have opened this trade. Say yes if you have opened in the live chat. And with this move, with a successful break below, look at the 4-hour here. This is the 4-hour resistance line where the market opened. Any bounce back above this zone can create potentially selling pressure here. Thank you very much. Okay, here is the resistance that you can see the market has reached that level, and so this is the second trade of this session. and the market trend is bearish, so looking forward to see the price action to continue to trend back in the major direction. If you look at the 5 minutes candle close coming also, and the price action might go ahead and retest this, then to continue to trend. There's a consolidation, and this market is still a higher possibility sell market, and I'm open sell position again of this zone. Here is the market. Here's the market structure that you can see. Okay, getting the down back below here. So you want to see that it's eventually breaking that low, because the market, you can see there is a extended consolidation, and I think the price to break this zone entirely below. This is what I'm looking at here, guys, for this potential move. Getting reaction. I'm happy with this move. You guys following along? I missed this trade, sir. Can I enter right now? It's up to you. If you enter, then you need to keep the same stop loss and same TP target, but your risk reward will drop. But I would say, yeah, if you want to go ahead, no problem. Here, as you can see, the market is so it's still moving in that direction, and I'm looking forward to see the price action to break that low here. You can see that there is a bounce, and again we're looking for successful move back below here. And looking forward to see the market to break that low. If you look at here, it's a bearish engulfer that with this downside move we are looking at here for the, if you look at the 10 and 20 exponential moving averages, you want to see the market to successfully break that low. The trend is down, and we are looking at and here's the move that you can see the market is trying to create a bearish momentum. If you look at 10 and 20 exponential moving averages, and surprise you with this move again. Okay, so we can see the market is still in a downtrend, and this move, if you look at here, there is another 15-minute candle closing here, which is again in a downtrend. And don't you think here that the market is structured to here creating that bearish rejection of this? You're looking at this level with a bigger bearish engulfer. This drop can create pressure for us, for potentially selling pressure, not for us, for the seller. All right, so here is the market movement, and already, so you can see the market trend is still down, and I'm still holding on to the second trade. Here is the bearish engulfer that you can see in this area. Getting a reaction above this level, and Gonna be surprised if the market again goes for another breakout. 4-hour chart, the market is on the 4-hour resistance line, and this might be, well, I think that highly likely that liquidity grab again of this key resistance zone. Of this long back-to-back 2 long wick candles that you can see in this area, the price action now creating that bearish rejection, and this is what you want to see, that the market is maintaining again downtrend in the major direction. We're looking at here in that area. Surprising move here. So just join what was your sell entry. We are running a sell entry at 4-hour candle close after the previous one's close, and it's at this level here at the moment. My entry here with this trade at 4692.78. That's my price current sell entry. And if you look at here, the price action has moved. This is the 4-hour resistance that you can see, and that's a very interesting price action that you can see. The market has reached that 4-hour resistance line, which is also the 1-hour resistance, 50 minutes price action, and you can see that after the previous session's big red bearish candle, the price has created another zone here, and you see this is another thing happen in a trending market. The price will break and then will move in a sideways and will keep going up and down until it creates another trending move. Taking that move is the key to look at for an entry, because the market is trying to break that low. So because there is a long consolidation, guys, keep in mind that you can see there is a lower low. The bigger the consolidation, the stronger the market to move again. That's how the market moves. And from this, the market is coming back down here. Thank you. And you can see it's breaking below here, and this is what we will be waiting for, once the market successfully break that low, it's gonna come to this potentially at the lowest point of this move, as multiple times the market has created this false breakout along this area. So with that movement, all right, if it successfully breaks that low, and which you could see, looking forward to see the price to eventually come down to this order block, to this lower level. All right, so we can see that rejection coming, and that might be now potentially to trend continuation back again in the bearish direction. All right, cool. Getting down here. Are you guys running profit? Say yes if you're running profit. Come on. The rejection. Struggling to drop. We are almost nearly to 75 pip drop and then trying to push back up. I would like to hold on to this one for this down. Yes, awesome. Very good. Cool, cool. You know, as I mentioned, guys, patience is key. Always keep patience, and that will give you more and more trading opportunity. The more you are patient, the more you get that trading opportunity along the way. Alrighty, so here is the long wick candle formation here. 30 minutes price action, breaking that low here. From the 5 minutes, also a long bearish engulfer. The 1 minute chart, we can see there is a narrow candle being formed. Yeah, holding on to that. Let's have a music that might bring that market down. pretty long bearish engulfer has formed, and it has a liquidity as well. So that's showing that the market trend to remain bearish here. From this high here, the market is making its way back down here to this support area. Running profit. I book my profit, sir, at log 2. You book profit. I'm still running in. We're running nearly to 70 pip. Running profit, and if you look at the market is approaching this order block, right? And this move is a high probability move. At any point you will be taking profit, but I would like to hold on to that because the market is on an order block. And there is a fair value gap. So this is if you look at here, this 5-minute zone is a bullish fair value gap. The market is showing its directional bias. Here the price action is bearish, so which is the chances that this market continue to drop. And I see that if you guys look at that, I'm sharing the pool that we have posted. So it's great to see that you guys have posted 70% bearish. The market is bearish. That's awesome. We will be following this one in our next trade as well. So you can see the market is trending now. How many pip you are running profit? Share your number of pips. We are at 80 pip up on the second trade. So we wanna trade. Enjoying the trade? Make sure you like this stream if you're enjoying. And now we are about 80 pip up, and it's showing that there is a possibility for continuation. There's a possibility for continuation and may continue here further downside back below to this support level, to this order block. And we can see the market is creating that structure. This is an incredible trading that we are doing, and I like to, it's the best thing that I look at when you see a really great trade is going to the near to the profit target, right? This is the results of our hard work, strategy, learning, signals, and also your education. Long time you're waiting, and that's where the results coming. So it's rewarding trading as long as you take it for long-term picture. Okay, anything that you look for short-term, it's not gonna work. You see that the people who are successful at anything, they have a minimum 5 years to 10 years plan. Anything that you want to achieve, you need a 5 to 10 years successful plan. Plan doesn't have to be like a like your map, but just a simple action plan for the things that you want to achieve. That's all you need. To be a trader, maybe your simple action plan could be that you are coming on live every day, watching the live and learning to trade within a demo account. That can be action plan. but you have to take it for a very long period of time. Or it's pushing back again to the upside. I'm looking to see if I will be running or will be taking. Let me see here. We don't want to take this one again, going back to the entry, and let's see that here. Okay, so here we are nearing to the end of this session. I'm taking this profit straight away, closing this profit right now. So it may continue to drop, but here because I will be going out of this trade and I'm closing this trade as because there is, if you look at that, the market might go for deeper liquidity gap, and so you can see it's just pushing higher, and I guess you guys have got this nearly to 60 pip. Already. So this is another incredible trading session with all of you traders. Took profit too. Thank you very much. So, I would like to see how many members have taken profit here. Say yes. And also, if you look at, this is just the beginning of the week. This is the end of the month, and also just the beginning of profitable trading week. 2 trades today, successfully closed. Do you think the price will take out today's daily low? I think so. Let's see, because the market is really absolutely volatile, that you can see, and I would say that the market structure here is bearish, so it can continue to drop below this Asian low, and can even continue to drop, or may go for a range. It could even change the trend, or it can continue to drop. At the moment, if you look at the short term, we are looking at here that the market is creating that bearish price action in this area, and once it prepare for another move, we will be riding that trend as well. We always look for trading opportunity in the market. I can see you guys also there as well. And as the first day, we have second day, third day, fourth day, on and on. And this is the FOMC week. I'm going to take quite a few. There will be a special event during the FOMC, and probably if space available from here, you might even can join the premium. So make sure you don't miss out any live session that we are scheduling here, so you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. And I guess you enjoyed this session. You had a great time. Let's begin another one tomorrow. There will be 2 sessions consecutively in London as well as in NY session. Thanks for joining. I'll see you again very soon trading live. Until that, stay well, stay happy.